everybody, this is a story about a game called CleanTheOil and about people who work on it. We are now on our long way from the idea to realization of our own project. We want to represent the first stage of this project, which we have already completed. This is our proposal to conquer the top of the mobile stores, and you can help us to publish the final project. We are a small team of indie developers. We are programmers, artists and game designers of our project. Also, we recruit sound producers, musicians, testers and other interesting personalities who can make the project even better. We work only because of our enthusiasm, devoting all our free time to our project. So, I will briefly explain the plot of the game. The future, some kind of a world which is very similar to ours. Once it was a high-tech and developed in all respects world, but now it is the oppressed land. The entire land surface is swamped with dirty oiled water, and the planet is invaded by an organism that comprises of oil and mechanical parts. This oil comes in symbiosis and sucks out the life force of the planet. What has happened exactly and how is unknown, there is no mention of it. But as it usually happens to be, the planet stands a chance for survival and self-cleaning. Hidden somewhere in the middle of this devastation there is a germ of life. This is the regeneration force of nature, expressed as would a powerful being endowed with a great force, so-called base, that needs to be protected. It grows on a patch of land in the center of an abandoned city. The being grows, develops and consumes the invigorating elixir of nature. This elixir helps the being to create assistants who protect it from the enemies. The player should earn and spend the elixir during the game. Accumulation is needed to get to the next level and to conquer new lands. Spending is needed to provide defense. The lord of the planet, Oil, is extremely unhappy that someone is trying to take away the territory, so it sends crowds of oil monsters, creeps, to destroy the newly born life. Base protects itself using three types of assistants: towers, defenders and forces of nature. Tower is a classic element of the genre. Every tower has its own specific kind of attack and limited range. Defenders is used for a single, powerful attack to the creeps. They destroy enemies along the way and disappear in the final point. The forces of nature should be applied in very rare cases only, since they are extremely strong and expensive. The main point of the game is to retake the land. In order to gain territory, it's required to accumulate a certain amount of the elixir at every level. The elixir can be earned only by destructing the creeps. At the same time, it's necessary to spend the elixir in order to build and strengthen your own defense. This is one of the main features to keep the balance between spending and earning. The player must make informed decisions for every step in the game. These decisions produce a lot of different gameplay situations. Now we want to show the demo version of the gameplay. You can see how the base is set in and how the creeps attack it. Edition of this game is planned for iOS from 6th to 7th versions. At the same time, the technologies we use will allow us to port our game to Android platform. For app monetization will be used next method. The game will be free for download, free to play, but contain in-game purchases and ads. Moreover, a player should buy the in-game currency, beans, new levels, supplements, forces of nature and unlocks of inaccessible defenders inside the game. So, you can select the following features that distinguish it from other games of this genre. The game has original plot and therefore it'll be interesting to play. Gameplay and mechanism of the defense aren't like an ordinary game of this genre. Also, mechanics of earning and spending of elixir is original. The towers don't have specific fixed place on the map, for example near the paths of the enemies which go directly to their death. Player can build the tower in any place within the given territory. Enemies attack not in a boring sequence, it looks like waves and crowds. It isn't enough to use the towers only in order to win, it's necessary to use all types of the defense. The game's dynamics, in addition to the huge numbers of attackers, is closely tied with the constant use of the defenders and not just simply controlling the game process. Our product is constantly being improved. We bring fresh ideas to one of the most popular genres of the mobile games. The result is an interesting new product that's able to captivate the player into the universe was created for him. Like any other, our project requires support, and only you can help us to stay afloat, realize, take place on the counter of the mobile stores and become successful in all respects. Thank you in advance.